Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Mama Bear's Homestead and more. On today's episode, we are going to set B-trap. We are right outside of town here, and the reason I picked this area is because last year we caught two very nice swarms in this general area. So a friend of mine was very fortunate enough to say, hey, yeah, you can set a B-trap here if you want to. So if you guys have ever had a pile of ratchet straps, you know what I'm fighting right now. But we got a little ditch here we got to get across. It's got a little bit of water in it, but I figure I can throw the ratchet strap over through the ditch, or on the other side of the ditch, and then throw the lid over to the trap, and then carry you guys and the trap itself across the ditch. It's awesome. Come on. The good thing is here that it is not tight knots. That's when I really don't like ratchet straps. Tied in tight knots. Alright, got it. I'm gonna throw this across the ditch. Alright. Let's better get our swarm commander out. You guys can say I got the buggy ready for swarm season. Got a ladder. I just thought of that. Oh man, I'm a genius, I swear, people. Oh, that's not cool. A bucket of screws opened. Alright, let's clean this up, or get these put back in there. I guess that's what you get for trying to put 5-pound screws in a 3-pound container. Maybe that's why when you buy the container, there's always a lot of room in there. Lid on this. Alright, that's got the lid put back on. Okay, we don't need that. Put the nails, more screws, bee suit. We don't need that right now because we don't have bees yet, but we're going to. This is going to be a great spot to catch some bees, some filters. Let's go ahead and get this nook box out of here, out of the way. Alright guys, this is what my bee stuff is in now. Yeah, we're gonna need some of that. Our swarm commander. That's all we need right now. Alright, we got the bee, this. I'm going to try to lay this ladder across this ditch and use it as a bridge. So let's go see how wet this makes we end up. Look at that, guys. Dry boots. I love it. But let's see if we can do it again. We made it. All right. Well, I figured B-box. So I'm gonna get this and I'll bring you guys back when I get across the creek there. All right, guys, we're across the creek. There's the ladder. So we're up here at this fence, and I'm probably gonna get that ladder, set it up against the fence so I can set this heavy box up there on it. But I've had a lot of people ask me how these boxes trap bees. Well, okay, in order for bees to reproduce, okay, first, bees in a hive, they'll build all the comb out until they run out of room. Well, the queen thinks they're out of room, so she will take, I think it's 60% of the hive, and the old queen will swarm. They'll take off to go build a new hive. And then when she does that, the worker bees create emergency cells and requeen. So in 17 days, there should be a new queen born. And then she'll go on her virgin flight, go get bred, come back to the hive, and keep, you know, the hive will continue on. But, okay, so what we're doing here is, I know there is some trees down here that have bees in them, because we caught 3 swarms here last year in this little area. And so I know there's bees in the area. But anyway, so I've got foundations or frames with no foundation on them. That's just an ultimate illusion to the bees that there's more area in this box. But this is what draws them in, that comb, because that's comb that they don't have to build. I thought there was some on that side too. So that is what brings in the bees. And then I bait them with, it's called Swarm Commander lemongrass oil. The bees really like the lemongrass. So yeah, let's get after this. But anyway, what I do is I push all the frames to one side. This is the front of the hive, or the box. So we'll go to the back of the box and give it just one spray. And then we will spray the entrance too. And the good thing about this box is here is, I know a lot of people in the area, so if they see bees going in and out, they'll call me. But I'll come by every other day and check to see if we got bees caught. So let's go back down here and get our bridge. Get this centered up. Okay. Okay. We're just gonna tie it onto that post just like that. The first time I've ever hung a bee box off a chain link fence. We got plenty of strap. Wish I'd brought a tripod with me. Okay, before we get too far, we don't want to put our lid on. Alright guys, we got this is my second trap I've got up for this year. Just ratchet strapped it to the fence against that post, and boys, I think it's in good shape. Smells awful lemongrass in there, but yeah, these are the boxes that got our names on them, so that's pretty cool in itself there. But I'm gonna go ahead and tie that strap up. Yeah, so hopefully we'll have some bees in here. Some local reports, I seen some guys that I know from up around Seymour. They've seen 2 to 3 swarms already. I haven't seen any swarm yet. And then I was talking to a guy today down at my bee guys where I get my hives made. There was a guy there. He got into a swarm last night. Boys, they eat him alive. And you know, it was just how it works out. He wasn't prepared to be catching bees, and he didn't have a suit on. He didn't he thought since it was so cold this morning they would be not fast. Well, he learned differently quickly. They eat him up. But anyway, I'm glad he got him caught. And just because you know, a beekeeper don't get bees caught, a swarm caught, that don't mean the bees are gonna die. They'll find somewhere to build, preferably not in people's houses, but they do. Bees do that. I know there was a building in downtown Seymour, had bees in it for years. Unfortunately, they got rid of their bees last year. But anyway, trap number 2 up. Hopefully I'll go set us up another trap yet today and throw our bridge down. Boy, that worked great. But all right, well, let's go get another trap in the ground, or hung up. All right guys, we're here at location number 2. We're gonna put it on that tree up there. So what do we need? We need a ladder. Okay, that fell down. That's all right. Let's need this Swarm Commander. This is a new spot for me. I've never trapped here yet. But we won't know if we can catch bees here if we don't ever try. We're not gonna catch bees if we don't try. I guarantee that. But this particular trap, it has I didn't have a bunch of another comb or another frame that was drawled out on, so I'm gonna use a piece of comb. It's not real big. Just put it in there like that, and yep. We get up there, we'll fix the comb. Go ahead and bait it, can't we? Swarm Commander. Remember, we just go to the back of the box, one spray, and then the entrance, one spray. Now, one thing I have heard a lot, and you know, I don't know, this is only my second year trapping bees. No, third year, because our first year we caught, that's what got us into bees, is my bee mentor was at our house, and he's like, man, you got a lot of honeybees around here. And he's like, you guys ever thought about getting into bees? And we were like, yeah, we've talked about it, but never done it yet. So that like 2 or 3 days later, I was at work, but he had came out, and him and Mama Bear put up a bee trap. Oh, I'd say 5, 6, 7. It was not 2 weeks, I know. I ordered a beehive and a bee suit, smoker, everything I thought I needed, and because we'd caught a swarm in our yard. It was super cool because like two or 3 days before this, Mama Bear was in the yard and heard something, and she's like, what is that? She goes outside, and she got to watch a swarm of bees cluster up in one of the trees in the backyard. And they checked the trap out, but they didn't move in. I just think that swarm was too big. They didn't think that trap was enough room. That's why we run these big these big boxes, because we want to catch big swarms. But like 3 days after that, the bees, we had a swarm move in. It was super cool. I'll tell you about another trap we did last year. It was awesome. A buddy of mine called me. We were over in Bedford eating, and he goes, hey, do you want a swarm of bees? I got one in a tree here. I said, okay, send me a picture, and how high are they? They weren't real high off the ground at all. And so we got finished eating, had to run another errand, and I told Mama Bear, I said, let's go to Brownstown and see if that swarm's still there. Well, we got there, and some of them were still there, but there weren't that many bees still swarmed up. And I said, I think they found somewhere. They moved on. I said, I'm going to go ahead and throw a trap up just to, hope. And the next day, I was in town. No, I wasn't in town. I asked Mama Bear if she wanted to go check that trap just to see if we caught anything. Bam. But it was super cool because when we were setting that trap up, I had bees checking it out. Then, I mean, literally, I had bees going in the top when I was putting the top on. So that was pretty cool, to catch them that quick when I thought they'd already found somewhere, because they weren't all swarmed up on that limb still. But I know right now, guys, I got some more work to do on tractors and stuff. We're hopefully gonna have some field work, but it's gonna be a lot of bee content. Man, I love honey. I love catching bees. I like bees in the hives. I just love bees. And so yeah, my next, a lot of my upcoming content is going to be catching bees. So just a heads up on that. But really, like, I would just want to thank all you guys that watch our channel and, you know, been through the ups and downs with us. Went through that little break period. We're not back to where we was yet, but I mean, it's coming back, and I can't thank you guys enough for that, because we don't make a lot of money on YouTube. We just don't get the views yet. We make a little. I mean, when I say a little. By no means is it funding anything yet. But it's fun. It's a lot of work, and it's fun. And, you know, I just keep telling myself that one day it's going to take off, and we're going to start seeing some rewards for our hard work and dedication. So, and none of that's possible without you guys. So, I just want to say thanks again. All right, let's get this trap up. We're burning daylight. Might be easier to walk up here. Alright guys, we got this limb that's hidden away. That chain link fence we just put a box on, that was pretty nice. That worked real well. I hate cheap ratchet straps. Alright, there we go. We got this thing working. Okay. Okay. Something like this. Oh, you guys took a bad tumble. All right, guys, we got it up. Let's see if it'll stay there. All right, that's there. No, it did not stay there. Okay, we got it ratcheted to the tree a little better. And let's, yep, door's open. Yeah, that'd be a bad deal to get your box fit out and keep the doors shut on them. But, yeah. All right, there's 3 up for the year. Hopefully tomorrow I can get a few more put up. I'm out of ratchet straps, so I gotta go to town and get more ratchet straps tomorrow. They make these hanger hook things. I need to look at one of them and see how they're made. That would make it a lot easier. But as we always say on our homestead, if it was easy, everybody would do it. Let me get that Swarm Commander put back in the tote. What is wrong with this thing? Get it out of it. We'll get it open. Yeah. But yeah, we'll go through this box real quick. Bee suit, smokers, gloves, entrance reducer, hive tool, queen clips, another hive tool, the grill lighter to light the smoker, and that is dried pine needles. Work amazing in a smoker. Makes a good smoke. But yeah, that's all my tools I have in my bee box. And I always have a bucket with me. For some reason. I used to just use that as a bucket for a bucket. And then I had that tote that I hadn't been using, so I made it into my bee container. But all right, guys, the sun's going down. That's gonna have bees in it probably tomorrow. Then we'll have to, you know, go through that whole rigmarole. But hopefully both these traps catched this week. Be so cool. But yeah, I've got hives to, yeah, beekeeping is so much fun, but man, it can be time consuming, because, you know, the bees don't ever work on my time. I gotta work with their time. But as always, my friends, keep on keeping on, because we love every single one of you, and Jesus does too.